Hello viewer, welcome to Elimu TV where you watch and learn. My name is Salingwara, ready to take you through your English lessons. Today we're going to talk about pronouns. Yes, pronouns, possessive pronouns, personal pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, possessive pronouns. Yeah, we are going to talk about pronouns until you get which is which. Before we start our lesson, today I want you to kindly talk to us. Our SMS number is 40007. Our Twitter handle is at ElimuTV_KE. And our Facebook page is Elimu TV. So, welcome to today's lesson. Previously, we've looked at personal pronouns. So, today we're going to continue with our pronouns lessons. And today we are going to talk about indefinite pronouns. I said my name is Salingware. Welcome to today's lesson. Let's start by underlining our lesson objectives. And by the end of the lesson, you should be able to define pronouns. We have done that so many times. You should be able to define indefinite pronouns. You should be able to give examples of indefinite pronouns. And lastly, you should be able to use indefinite pronouns in sentences. And if we could introduce this lesson, we could start by a recap of what we've done earlier, of course, by defining pronouns. And we say that pronouns are words used in place of nouns or noun phrases in a sentence. If you don't want to talk about a particular noun, if you feel like skipping that overly used noun phrase, you can always substitute it using a pronoun. Let's look at examples of pronouns in this short paragraph. We have Anne and Andrew. Of course, you'll find so many Annes and Andrews in my examples. I don't know why. But Anne and Andrew left for Kampala this morning. They will be attending Mr. Wanjala's daughter's wedding on Saturday. The driver picked them at 5. He would drop them at the airport before starting his morning duties. He will take Mr. Wanjala to office and later take him to a conference in Nairobi in the afternoon. Now, we are saying that pronouns are used in place of nouns or noun phrases. So instead of us using Anne and Andrew every time we want to talk about them, we are using the pronoun they. For instance, in the beginning of our second sentence, instead of saying Anne and Andrew will be attending Mr. Wanjala's daughter's wedding on Saturday, we have replaced Anne and Andrew with the pronoun they. In the second sentence, the driver picked them at 5. Instead of repeating the driver picked Anne and Andrew at 5, we have replaced the nouns using the pronoun them. He would drop them at the airport before starting his morning duties. Again, we have replaced the the noun phrase, the driver, we have used the pronoun he. Would drop them at the airport before starting his morning duties. His, another pronoun. He will take Mr. Wanjala to office and later take him to a conference in Nairobi in the afternoon. So all those words that replace nouns and noun phrases are the ones we refer to as pronouns. Now, those are pronouns. What about indefinite pronouns? Let's look at that. Indefinite pronouns are pronouns that replace nouns without being specific on which nouns they replace. They are not definite. When you're not definite, you're not particular, you're not specific. So we are saying that indefinite pronouns are not specific or they are not particular. They therefore replace nouns without specifying on which particular nouns or noun phrases they replace. Let us look at examples of such. Before then, we can say that indefinite pronouns can refer to people or they can refer to objects. Indefinite pronouns can refer to people or objects. Let's start with indefinite pronouns that refer to people. Of course, there are certain nouns that you cannot use on people, and there are indefinite pronouns that you cannot use on objects. For example, you cannot refer to a person as something or anything, or a pronoun that has thing. For example, when we talk about people, we can always use the pronouns everyone. We can talk about anybody or anyone. We can talk about somebody or someone. We can talk about nobody, or we can talk about no one. So these indefinite pronouns are not specific. When we talk about everybody, you're not talking about this and that, the tall one, Joroge, Kamau. You're not talking about Zawadi, you're not talking about Onyango, you're not talking about Kiprotich, you're talking about everyone. So you're not specific, making that the first indefinite pronoun that you use on people. Next, we have anybody. When you talk about anybody, you're not specific. Call anybody from class 2V or calls anybody from that house. Anybody will come. You've not specified whether it's a woman, whether it's a man, or whether it's a child. So when you use the pronoun anybody, you're not specific. Again, an indefinite pronoun used to refer to people. When you talk about someone or somebody, again, you're not specific. Somebody picked my money, or somebody hit the window. You don't know who, so you're not specific. So you're using an indefinite pronoun. Number 4, nobody. When you talk about nobody, you're not specific. This can be nobody or no one, meaning you're not specific on the one that you are not talking about or the one you're talking about. No one simply is non-specific. So it's another indefinite pronoun. Let's look at those indefinite pronouns that refer to people. Let's look at how they can be used in sentences. Number 1, everyone deserves a second chance. Everyone, an indefinite pronoun. Number 2, he called out for anybody who cared to donate blood. Anybody who cared, not specific. So an indefinite pronoun. Number 3, somebody called to inform the manager that the workers were on a go-slow. Somebody called. Somebody. We are not specific. We are not saying it's this particular person who called to inform the manager that the workers were on a go-slow. Just somebody. Again, non-specific. An indefinite pronoun. Number 4, no one showed up for the show. Once again, an indefinite pronoun being used non-specifically, or rather it's not specific, it's not referring to a particular person. Now, those are examples of indefinite pronouns that are used on persons and not on objects. For example, we cannot say someone. Okay, let's continue. Maybe we can look at that as we move on. Indefinite pronouns referring to objects. We have everything, anything, something, nothing. These indefinite pronouns can only be used on objects and not on persons. We have earlier said that they are not specific. When you talk about everything, you're talking about everything. You're not specific about this, that, and that. When you talk about anything, you're ready for anything. You're not specific. When you talk about something, once again, you're not specific. And nothing, again, you're not specific. So, these 4 indefinite pronouns cannot refer to persons. For example, you cannot say call everything. You can only say call everyone. Anyone inside, and you cannot say anything inside when you're referring probably to a person inside the house. So these ones can only be used strictly on objects, unless in some language that is maybe sarcastic. Some people refer to people as things. Indefinite pronouns refer to objects, and you're saying that these can only refer to objects, not persons. When you talk about everything, when you talk about anything, when you talk about something, when you talk about nothing, you can only use these indefinite pronouns to refer to objects. Let's look at examples in sentences. The floods swept everything, including their houses. Everything is an indefinite pronoun being used to refer to an object. In this case, we are referring to everything that was swept by the floods. Next, we have they didn't steal anything, yelled the frustrated mother. So anything, again, being used to objects that we can't see. Again, it's not specific. Next, we have something got into my eye while I was jogging. Something, you're not specific, whether it was an insect, whether it was a particle of sand, just something, you're not specific. Number 4, nothing is impossible. Another indefinite pronoun. Indefinite pronouns are used with singular verbs. They are treated as singular entities. Let's look at examples. Everything is gone. We are saying they take singular verbs, so we cannot say everything are gone. B, no one is perfect. The verb is a singular verb, and we cannot say no one are perfect. C, someone is in the house. That's the correct. Someone are in the house is wrong. We are saying that indefinite pronouns are used with singular verbs. They are treated as singular entities. Indefinite pronouns are replaced by singular pronouns. Let's look at examples. Everything fell into its place. It is a singular pronoun. We cannot say everything fell into their place. That is wrong. Next, we have no one likes to think he is less important. No one likes to think he is less important. Next, we have everyone should believe in himself. Not everyone should believe in themselves. It appears that the victim locked himself in the house. Once again, a singular verb and a singular pronoun. We move on. Other indefinite pronouns are, let's look at the first one. It is one. This pronoun can't be replaced with other pronouns. Examples in sentences: one should never leave babies unattended. Number 2, we have one should obey their parents. And 3, we have one should work for one's upkeep. Let's look at other indefinite pronouns. The first one is one. We are saying this pronoun can't be replaced with other pronouns. Examples in sentences, you have babies should never be left unattended. 2, we have one should obey their parents. And 3, one should work for one's upkeep. Next, we have neither. This one is red, the other one is green. Neither is my favorite, to mean none. Second, John and Maggie were invited to the party. Neither came. Neither John nor Maggie came. Again, another indefinite pronoun. Indefinite pronouns with possessive case. Unlike the other pronouns, the indefinite pronouns take the possessive form where an apostrophe and an s is added to the pronoun. Examples: they stole somebody's car last evening. Somebody has been added an apostrophe and an s to acquire the possessive form. Number 2, I found someone's shoes outside. Someone has been added an apostrophe and an s to show possession. Number 3, that was nobody's business. Nobody has been added an apostrophe and an s to acquire the possessive form. For your assignment, fill in the blanks with the correct verb alternatives from the brackets. Maybe I can help you with number 1. Someone taken Joy's bicycle from the shed. Should we say someone has, or should we say someone have? The right verb is has. Someone has taken Joy's bicycle from the shed. So try the other 4. We'll meet during the next lesson. I have been your teacher, Sally. Keep it Elimu TV, where you watch and learn. Remember to contact us. Our SMS number is 40007. Our phone number is 0726842644. Our Facebook page is Elimu TV, and our Twitter handle is at Elimu_KE. Follow us on those social networks. We value your feedback. Keep it Elimu TV. Till next time. See ya.